to another episode for the very best podcast. I'm Jesus, and I'm genuinely grateful that you've decided to join me here today. Whether you're watching or you're listening, get comfortable because today we're going to dive into a topic that is not just important, it is actually essential, and it is self-awareness. Understanding who you are isn't just a nice thing to have, it is fundamental. Today, we're not only going to explore self-awareness and why it's so important, but also how it serves on the foundation of your identity. Remember, your identity is who you are, and how you define yourself are deeply rooted in your awareness of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. So sit back, relax, and let's embark in this journey together. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting to this point in my life where I can speak confidently about awareness and identity. It has been a personal journey. I spent the past 10 years studying these topics, and I can speak from personal experience about how important it is to know who you are on your development process. I face loads of ups and downs, I guess same as all of us. But no matter who you are, where you are, or what circumstances are you going through, it all comes to one single action that you must become aware, understand, and actively process if you really want to master your life, and is acceptance. To accept yourself is the key to finding who you truly are. But now you might be thinking, well, I already know who am I, and I'm sure you probably do. But let's dig a bit deeper. Let's talk about the essence of your true self. Awareness is all about understanding your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors, and how they align with your core values. I'm going to talk about values in a minute. But this is the very first step on building your identity, which is basically how you perceive and you define yourself. Your identity has your beliefs, that your personality, because it's shaped on your experiences. And that's the characteristics that makes you fully unique. And the most fascinating thing about both awareness and identity is they aren't static, they are dynamic, they are constantly evolving and really reflect internally as we interact with the world around us. And in today's world where pressure comes from all around the world, we feel like we have to compromise into certain expectations, whether it comes from our family, from our backgrounds, or even from our loved ones. And that can really block who you truly are. But when you become self-aware and you accept yourself, you transform your life in another level. It does helps you to make better decisions because you're rooting on yourself. You know who you are. And it gives you confidence to speak up because you know what you believe. The identity allows you to navigate life like a pro, and no one can stop you. And I've seen this by myself in my own life. Listen, I've lived in 3 different countries. I speak few languages, trust me. I've traveled the world. I know what it's like to be shaped into conditions. But nothing really defines me than my own understanding of who am I. And at the end of the day, the key to discover yourself just lies within you. You are the one who decides how far you want to go. And that's the beautiful thing about it. We're infinite being. We're consciously growing, evolving, and expanding. Start by accepting yourself fully, with your strengths, your flaws, and everything in between. And look at yourself in the mirror and assess, this is who am I, I'm okay, and I'm ready to unlock my full potential. And when you do this, you discover the deepened sense of satisfaction that is already in motion. And speaking of fulfillment, on the next episode, we're going to dive into the topic of purpose. That's when we're going to see all this going into action. So don't miss it. Stay tuned for that. Now, let's get into a bit of a practical advice on how you can strengthen a bit your awareness and again, get a bit of a sense of who you are. These aren't just a step to tick off a list. They are guiding principles that will help you to navigate your journey as you grow. Number 1 is understanding your core values. Honestly, understanding your values is like finding a compass in life. It will guide you through every twist and turn because that's what you are all about. And take time to really dig deep into know what matters to you. Your values are the foundation of yourself. And write them down and check them regularly, because again, a change isn't really just a one-time exercise. It's an ongoing process. When we make decisions, I always tend to be based on our values. So you have to find out what your life is about, and what you feels right and what you feels wrong. The next one is about setting boundaries. Honestly, setting boundaries is like building a fence on your personal garden. You decide what stays in and what stays out. And this is about protecting your energy and your sense of self from any influence around you that doesn't really serve you. When you know who you are aware of your needs and the limits. That's very important, limits. Then it becomes easier for you to really identify what is right and what it doesn't. Boundaries are so important, especially when we are constantly bombarded with information, with notifications, with expectations from all around you. So make sure you surround yourself with a positive energy, with people and content and experiences that uplift you, that inspire you, and that help you to grow. And that brings me to the next one. We often talk about being kind to others, but how about if you extend the same kindness to yourself? Practicing self-compassion means talking to yourself in the same way you talk with the loved ones. It's about accepting your flaws and recognizing your strength, where you're good and you're not, and understanding that it is okay not to be perfect. Like who told you that you have to be perfect? Self-compassion is a powerful tool in your journey of self-awareness. It allows you to see yourself as a whole person, with your flaws, with your strength, and that makes you feel good about yourself because you understand yourself. And it doesn't really mean ignore things around you, things bad about yourself. It's about judging them without harshment, accepting them. And curiosity also plays a big part on the growing and learning, because to keep yourself authentic. When you stay curious, you're constantly discovering new aspects of yourself, of others, and the world around you, basically. And this is where the magic truly happens. When you step out of the comfort zone, when you explore the unknown, you never know what you might find. And often it's in these moments of exploration when we really discover our true selves. It's actually wonderful that you can, and it's a perfect way to strengthen your identity and who you are. And as I said earlier on, these aren't just tips, it's just a very good advice. And these practices will help you to really implement and having a big, strong self-awareness and help you to define a little bit who you truly are. Basically, it's just about creating the life that it is aligned with your true self, not the version that others suspect or the one that you've seen in social media, where you reflect on your values, you set your boundaries, you practice self-compassion, and very important, you stay curious. You're more likely to discover the best version of yourself, but that's when you really start to honoring yourself. And remember, very important, enjoy the process. I'm talking a lot about this on the podcast, but it's true. The goal is not the destination, it's the journey itself. And these things don't really happen overnight. So take time to understand yourself. It won't happen immediately. Be patient with yourself. But trust me, it's one of the most rewarding things you can ever do. Before I go, I love to give a big shout out of our amazing sponsor of the podcast, which is the Swords Exchange. They're hands down the best co-working space in East London, and they play a huge role helping me to launch the podcast. The Swords isn't just a co-working space, it's a wonderful community that you really want to be part of. And great news, to all my listeners, you can get a 10% discount on any of your bookings at the Swords Exchange by using my code VERYBEST. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I truly appreciate all the messages and the feedback that I'm getting, guys. It's lovely to hear your thoughts, honestly. And if you have any questions, please share them, put them in the comments. Feel free to DM me or just reach out through my website, please. Also, make sure you check out all the events that I have going on. If you're in London, come and join the fund. And if you are around the world, please join my Patreon, where I host exactly the same events every 2 weeks. Until next time, stay true to yourself and keep embracing the very best that you got. I'll see you in the next one.